Hello, this is Tom from RV Travel and Living. How you doing today? I want to thank everybody for always watching my videos. Today we're going to get right into it. A subscriber asked me, what if I have an older RV? Do I keep it? Do I sell it? I want to sell it and I want to buy a new one. Do I turn it in? Where can you sell it? What is the best place to do it? So today we're going to talk about that. Selling an RV can be complicated and it cannot be complicated. What cannot be complicated? What I'm saying is this. There are a couple of ways you can sell it. You can actually take it and put it on Craigslist. That's what I did when I went to sell my couple. I had two RVs that I sold. And both times, I got really, really quick responses on it. And I had I had a camper and then I had a Class A. The camper sold within 12 hours and the Class A sold within 2 hours. I'm saying to myself, I charge way too less money for these maybe. But I got 3 times the amount of money on both that I paid for it. So I know that I came out well on it. But what you can do is you can use Craigslist, was what I used, excuse me. And it worked out pretty good for me. Another site that you can think about doing is put it on RV Trader. RV Trader is a great site. A lot of guys are selling their RVs through the RV Trader. And sometimes they're getting more money than they thought they're getting. It's a buyer's market right now. People are actually buying used RVs right now because it's a market that the prices have reduced enough that people are getting pretty good deals on there. So I think it's something that someone could really think about and maybe take a look at doing. Because if you're buying an RV and say, for instance, used, and say it's, let's just say it's 20 years old and you want to get rid of it. There are a lot of people out there interested in those 20-year-old RVs. They like it because of the style. They like it because of the motor. They like it because of the transmission. The guy last RV I bought, he bought it because of the transmission in it. He was going to use it for racing. I guess apparently that transmission and that motor was highly popular for racing cars at that particular time. Which I don't know if he did or didn't. I have no idea, but I know that was his intention, and he was going to buy it sight unseen and asked me if he could wire the money, and I said, I'm so sorry. You can buy it, but I just sold it within a few minutes ago. I said, you're short by about an hour. I said, the guy telling me he was coming came with a wad of cash, and it's like, I'm not gonna turn that down. So what you have to do too is do your due diligence. You can put it on 2 or 3 sites, but I found that Craigslist, believe it or not, but you may get some guys that want you to sell it for 1/3 of the price. Just tell them no negotiation. This is the bottom line price you're going to do, and that's what I did. And you'll get either a good response or a bad response. It doesn't really matter. You're trying to sell something. Also, if you put it on RV Trader, make sure you say negotiable, because people will say, if you want, say, I'm just going to say $19,000 for that RV, and you don't put negotiable in there, they think that's the price. And so add money to it enough that you negotiate and get what kind of money you want out of it. People don't really realize that's not, don't put in the price you want it. I want to get 19 out of it, so you put 19 in it. We'll raise the price to 22 or 25 and then negotiate it down. You may end up with 1,000 more than you thought you did. That's what I did on mine, thinking that I had negotiated. The guy didn't negotiate any. He came and bought it and paid cash for it. So thank goodness for that. I didn't have to worry about it. I didn't have to worry about a thing. It was something that I was really needed to sell, and because I was coming here to the Philippines, and it sold within an hour, and I found myself, oh, there goes my house. I don't have anything to live in. So I had to find another place to stay for the few weeks until I got here, because I thought it was going to take a few weeks for it to sell and, get it here. I'm thinking I'm not going to sell it. I'm going to have to store it. What am I going to do with it? You know what I'm saying? It was a worry at that particular time, but it was really no worry at all because it was sold so fast. I was like, I had so many calls on it. Even my friend was telling me he had a 22-year-old RV, clean, nice. He took care of it, new tires, everything, and he sold it within 2 hours. Right now, it's a buyer's market. People are selling them, even through the holidays, even through times. There are a lot of people buying them and putting on their property for their mother-in-law or their brother or their sister or their cousin or somebody, and actually putting it on their property, that they can put it on their property and have it there so people can actually live in it and have a pretty good life out of it. There's nothing wrong with living in an RV. Back in the days, people would say it's You live in an RV, they look it down. You live in a mobile home. You live here, you live there. Now it's a norm. I know of two doctors that is one's out of Boston and one's out of New York City that actually has RVs. And what they do is they travel to a location and donate their time and services to help, like at a shelter and things like that. And that's what they live in while they're there, instead of taking off and going somewhere else and spending the money and going in a hotel room. They just bring the hotel with them, and they're nice RVs. They're not no shabby RVs, and that's exactly how they do their. And they do, like, they stop their practice, and for 3 months or 4 months, they're in that RV during that year, and staying at this location or go to different locations and help the needy and help people that are sick, because that's what they want to do. And these doctors are highly prized doctors. They get a lot of money. They don't have to do it, but they do it because they think that they should do it to help out humanity. And shout out for those guys. I can't say their name because they didn't give me authority to do it. They're friends of mine. They were part of my RV group that I have. So you can sell an RV. You put it online. You can sell it. There are other places you can sell your RV, but for me, I found it was Craigslist. I thought, I'm not putting it on there, but both places I sold Craigslist. My friends are really shouting that the RV Trader is really a great place, and they really helped them through the sales process. And they're saying that they really help them do everything they can do to do that. And I have to say a shout out to them for that. So I may put a link in there for RV Trader. So if you want to sell your RV, you can go to this particular site. I want to thank everybody for always watching my videos, and thank you for spending your valuable time with me today. One of the hardest things in the world to do is uh, you buy an RV, you get it, and you try and decide, okay, what do I do next? How do I find the sites? Where do I go? I don't know what to do. So the next video I'm going to do is, you bought your RV, and you're trying to decide, okay, what do I do next? I want to start camping. I want to try to find spots. I want to try to do some boondocking. How do I do boondocking? Where do I go? So this next video coming up is going to be a little bit about that. It's going to go in detail on exactly places you can go, places you can boondock, such as BLM land. You can stay there 2 weeks at a time. State parks, you can stay 2 weeks at a time. Some state parks, you can stay 4 weeks at a time. Some BLM land, you can stay longer than the 2 weeks or 4 weeks time. Sometimes they have a program where you can stay 6 or 8 or 9 months on that particular program. There's a place down in Yuma right now. You can stay 10 months for $180 total. That's it. 10 months, $180. So if any of you guys are interested in that, just let me know. I'll put the links in here. So I want to thank everybody for always watching my videos, and thank you so much for always taking your time. God bless everybody.